Anyway, yeah, Sonic VG. This will be fun.
Yeah, this is our little bracket recap very quickly. We have our 2 matches today, VG and Sonic, and then Ragnoth and Dewey. They're about 4 hours apart. Degen time for Ragnoth and Dewey, because they know I'm a Degen. They're okay with streaming that late. So, yeah, but we are about ready to go. Give them the good old force start.
Alrighty.
And I am sending them off.
Hey, and Sonic's timer didn't do the weird thing. It is possible for it to work right.
I think
Sometimes
it's really
I have my doubts.
dependent on the order. Yeah, I think it depends on the order how you have it.
Option was morning or degen. You can't do mornings. Okay, well, I mean, you phrase it like that. Hey, Cure.
Well, that's one less cure to hint towards a few worlds.
100 acre wood.
Oh god, I hope 100 Acre doesn't mess up with people too much today.
Yeah. No experience on the Kingdom Key, by the way. Also,
ooh, okay, I like
he
this.
has Whirl Goof. Oh no, okay. They start with another Keyblade.
Damn, unfortunate. There are no blue worlds this seed, so every world does have equal opportunity-ish to have a proof.
For now. Alright, let's see. Beast Claw, Skill and Crossbones membership card, Battlefields of War Pride 9. Okay. BC, PR, OC, Pride Lands, HB.
Yeah, it's a good spread.
Yeah. Sonic is probably very happy to see... Oh, look, another Cure. Sonic's probably very happy to see membership card in the shop because he hates membership card hunt.
I think we all do. Oh no! BG, please. Okay, he's fine. Kind of. His party members are kind of slacking.
Okay, he's caught the second enemy. Okay, hopefully. Okay. And... Sonic tried to get the finisher there, but needs another hit. Alright, they're both through the dumb idiot fight. Everything's fine. Lots of Keyblades. Ooh, Identity Disc.
It's a shame that most of these Keyblades really you only care for the stats. Rarely you ever care for the ability. The only one really being Air Combo Boost, Berserk Charge, and Combo Boost. I think that's really it.
A reaction boost in some situations, but yeah, that's more situational.
Right. Yeah. I will say it always throws me off when you put on a reaction boost and you do the first Pride Lands fight, and you're like, why did they die so early?
Yeah, and they're like, yep, that's why. Reaction boost will also help in the Pride Land shotgun with the silver rocks.
Yeah, honestly, it's so weird that the silver rocks just are that annoying, but then one reaction boost just makes them just die pretty easily.
Yeah,
it's actually
although in this
the same
seed
change.
With this seed with 18 magic, they're probably okay anyway. Ooh, picture.
Okay, well that's an easy 2 visit unlocks in addition to the 5 from the shop. I forget how many unlocks are there. There's 11, right?
There are 11, yes.
Yeah, so
you
that's...
put about half of them in the shop, and we found 2 more in the WoW.
So that's 4 left, if I can do math?
Yep.
That's okay, that's pretty good.
Math. Also, visit locks are not weighted for the slightly hard in these settings, so they can literally be anywhere.
Wow, I'm generous.
And it's done. If Pride Lands gets hinted, that would be actually very interesting. Because there's lots of overlap between Cure and Reflect and Identity Disc, but it also makes the worlds a wide net if it does get hinted. So if it's a no path, it would be very powerful. If it's 2 proofs, it's not that great, but it could still be helpful. If it's all of them, then that's also very good. But hopefully, we don't get a seed like last time I commentated, where it's literally hinting the worlds that you are doing them in the order that you do them.
Yeah, I'm down for some actual like hint order diversity in terms of being a little bit more rude instead of immediately helpful.
What I want to see, the first world is drives. Then the second world is 100 Acre Wood. That's what I want to see. And then third world never was.
I'm down with that. I'm down. The one was being a third hint was really good. And there's a lot of good abilities early on. I'm seeing a combo boost from VG side, a Trinity limit from the Sonic side. VG actually is taking the strange approach of doing SP this early, which is a little odd.
I'm wondering if that's just because he's trying to do things a little different, to kind of throw things off a little bit, maybe shake it up and not do the same kind of stuff.
Maybe. These are one of the this is one of the few settings where shaking it up doesn't really change too much, unfortunately.
Right. There's a wild Comey in chat, by the way.
There is. Now we do see so far from Sonic's side we found a Bone Fist in Halloween Town, so unfortunately if Halloween Town does have a proof, then it almost hints itself, which is can always be fun to think about.
Also, there's only 3 unknown visit logs now. You just exist? I mean, that's not a just. That's just you exist. Alright, first hint. Come on, Sonic. Show us a good hint.
I really hope it's a good one. Is it drives?
Yes! I win!
Well, that's a great way to start. Good call.
Oh, look, a proof! OC has a proof, and that's it. That's all on OC. OC's dead.
Wait. Okay, I want OC to be hinted next. Just to be funny.
Yeah, no, it could. Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah, okay.
It would just be a waste of a hint, but
it would be.
It would be a hint.
But it would extend out the time a little bit, because if this is a go mode, I'm going to be very upset.
I have no idea. I hope it's not a go mode. Man, just a proof there. So that means every Thunder and the Battlefields of War are on the path. We have yet to see any of those. That'll be something to keep an eye out on.
Battlefields is in the shop.
Was in the shop? Damn. I was mistaking the Battlefields for Sword of Ancestry or something, or Skill and Crossbones.
Skill is also in the shop. Those are the 2 swords, Skill and Battlefields.
Okay, cool.
Then there's the 2 animal hands, the Beast Claw and the Proud Fang, and then membership card. I don't know how my mind makes those associations, but that's how it remembers things.
Honestly, that's still a really good skill. Honestly, it's kind of underrated. It's like how when you're like those math camps and whatnot when you're growing up, people are like, here's ways you could do like hard math by like associating bits and pieces of an equation with like words.
Yeah. So yeah, there was a proof in Olympus Coliseum in the shotgun there. And that's all that's in Olympus. There are math camps? Yes.
Yeah, I don't know about anymore. I mean, there probably still are, obviously, but I don't think it's really something you would know about if you're old or older.
It's called summer school.
Nerd camps? Oh god. And I really hope that this next hint is actually going to be interesting. I'm actually joking about it being OC. If it hints like this castle, Undraker would.
Undraker would.
With no pages, I'm down.
Yeah. I want to point out that Sonic actually uses the right-click feature on the worlds to show what's in the shop.
Oh yeah, he does do that. I did teach him, or I told him that he could just drag the items. He tried it one time, and I think ever since that moment he hated it. And he went back to double right-clicking worlds.
Yep.
But hey, if that's how you remember it, that's all you.
Yep. Alright, we're seeing double Disney Castle.
Yeah, this is a classic push for these settings. You want the 2 easy progression points if you can get them.
Ooh. Or the world can turn blue before you do anything and then feel sad.
That is also true. That happened yesterday?
To me.
Yeah, was that your seed? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, since you've actually since you've actually been in that situation, what's like your mindset when you have a world turn dead when you're thinking about actually like committing to it?
I'm immediately thinking, well, what am I getting to get those 2 points that I was planning on getting? For me, what ended up happening was I pushed 100 Acre and I got Limit Form. So,
Wolpy, thanks for the raid.
But in general, like I'm just like, okay, well, I have to push a visit a little bit further than I might have wanted to.
Yeah, that makes sense. I honestly think pushing pages in that instance was like kind of the freebie play. Like it's like the same amount of time commitment.
Yeah. But if you suspect that you're in a go mode seed where like you haven't finished all your shotguns yet, you should do your shotguns first. Also, Wolpy raid. Welcome in. We chillin'.
You're here just in time. Thought I heard knocking at my window. I got so scared. I'm on the second story of a house, so it'd be very strange. Man, Sonic just has these strangely long loads. Okay, okay, there it is. Damn, that took forever. So something very strange.
What? Sorry.
No, it's just been happening to Sonic, I believe, since the, what is it? The ABN qualifier?
Oh.
Just random long loads. Or maybe before that.
Yeah. Sonic does play with, like, Japanese audio, so I wonder if there's, like, extra loads involved with that.
There's definitely a few people who play. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that actually might be a big one, Music Rando, because, like, if the files are too large.
Yeah.
I will say, I have no actual knowledge of the correctness of that, but it sounds accurate.
You haven't noticed long loads? Well, try to point them out if it happens to Sonic again, because they're noticeable.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But at least the timer does stop, so it's like kind of fine. So far for VG, there's a negative combo and a slide dash. So some good abilities so far.
True, yeah. But it depends on the songs, Violet Child. I think that's the point we're trying to make. Like, if you have a big music file, and if it tries to load it, it might actually take actual longer amount of time. But yeah, we're speculating. It's no biggie. Anyway. Yeah, that Phase Reflect won't actually hit the shockwave on the ground if you're too high.
Yeah, VG tried to do it the first time, but was a little too far, so couldn't get any of the hits. And unfortunately, Pete was just running around, wasted a bit of time.
Yeah.
So DC, TR, still not done. There's mysterious items left in this world. So it could be a proof that reflects being in PL. PL is likely going to be hinted, I feel like. That's kind of the thing you bank on. Obviously, it's not necessarily true. It's kind of like a gut feeling, maybe. So DC in your back pocket of places you want to go to. And we will be getting our second hint soon for totally going to be 100 Acre.
You might need to fire me if it actually is that, because I should not be able to predict that.
Yeah, there is no way to determine the order, because the order is determined on the tracker side. Yep. And it may or may not be fixed in the future, or we'll see. But for now, even I don't know the order. I've tried to dev the order.
Yep, and you failed at that a couple times.
So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I have no idea why. No idea.
Hunter would has 4 torn pages and approved calling it. I mean, that would actually be a pretty reasonable thing for the racers to find out. Like, if you got a page, you go to Piglet's house, you get another page, you're probably just going to do the next page. And then if you get another one, you're like, I'll probably just continue this. It's free stuff. Meanwhile, Agrabah's kind of been dry. Not a lot going on here.
Yeah, just a lot of pretty rocks, unfortunately. Okay, VG is gonna have a bit of struggles trying to open this one chest here. Gonna try Fat Bandit strats, I think. If it spawns.
Yeah, I think too many enemies are on the screen.
Alright, let's see if Sonic gets it. Sonic does. Now VG does.
That is something that I'm not sure people are noticing, but like the top runners will actually like go through this room in a certain way to manipulate the enemy spawns to force that Fat Bandit to spawn every time, and like make sure that like you manipulate all the enemies so you can predict what they're gonna do, because it's such a treacherous area.
Yeah, that room sucks. The biggest thing you'll see is that little tiny shimmy people do to get to the one chest, like on the bottom right of the room.
Yep.
Like on the lower area.
You can grab that chest without spawning the enemies and breaking the bazaars, yeah. Alright, so there was a torn page outside Palace walls. Also, Sonic does something really cool here. He actually sets up an animation cancel on this last chest. He's been very consistent at it. I wonder if he'll get it. He did.
It's such a weird thing, but it's so cool to see. Like, if you actually get it, it feels so cool.
Yeah, he does the chest in that order to, like, make it so it's a straight-on shot. I've been trying to find a setup that lets me do my normal chest route and come at it from the side, and I got it, like, 25% of the time. I should just, like, give it up and be like, you know what, I'll just do it his way.
Ooh, okay. Sonic taking intentional damage gets wisdom.
Oh!
Okay. That's insane. He can actually level this to 3 as a result.
Yeah. He actually, like, was going to stop, and he's like, wait, I got a form. I can do it to 3 now. Okay, limit 2.
That's pretty free. Honestly, because of that advantage, you might actually consider forcing final if you think the rest of your shotgun is actually super dry.
Yeah. Finishing plus and jackpot at Piglet's house.
Finishing plus definitely one of the super useful things to have. With it being guaranteed in chests and pop-ups or reward bonuses, it's definitely one of the more sought-after things to look for. You're never going to find one on keys for these settings, so we gotta sort of keep that in mind. Oh wait, they have 9 drive. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was waiting to mention that. I'm like, they already have 9 drive.
That's a lot. So Sonic actually could just comfortably force final if he really thinks it's worth it based on the chests and whatnot. Speaking of new things with the seed or ideas, there is a hint. We got a new hint. LOD is path to no lights. That is our first no light hint. Unfortunately, that doesn't really help too much. You likely won't see any racer push that LOD super early. Maybe like over half an hour, 40 minutes in.
Yeah, I would suspect it's probably after all the shotguns, and if there's no other good hints, and if the tools are good, which basically means they're not gonna do it because that's too many conditions. It is probably going to be better for a runner to like do another piece of content that's a little bit more convenient for them and just get a different hint. There were torn pages in Twilight Town. Once more in Twilight Town. Thunder and Beast Castle for Sonic. Okay, so now there's finally some offensive magic.
And they have Shock Charm Plus as well, so that's going to be super nice. You have Reflect, Thunder. You're basically kind of good for a majority of early game fights.
Is there ever a bad time to force final? Yes. If you've already found it. Also, it is a time investment, and also you can just force it in an ABN, especially if you, again, certain ABN settings where you know where final is and you've already shotgunned the easy stuff. Sometimes it's just faster to force it and get the levels earlier than you would get if you had to do the content. So it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of decision. I think for slightly hard, I think the pattern that people have noticed is that Final Form tends to be pretty late in your seed. So if it's always going to be like that, forcing is a good idea, but you want to make sure you do your shotguns to make sure Light and Darkness is not free. So that would be the only caveat there.
Okay, so we see VG here actually taking a bit of an interesting approach, opting to just get rid of Station Fight right away.
Yeah.
Probably realizing that because there's no forms, there's probably no reason to push off the rest of this.
Right. This is the other end of that. Oh, wow, there's a proof here.
Oh, okay, so Pride Lands hint. Pride Lands is guaranteed on path to one of them. Oh boy.
Geek.
What a...
Did you roll a go mode?
I hope not.
Neither runner has gone to HB yet. If there's a proof in HB, Geek.
Alright, everyone, make sure you come back at 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern for the actual annoying seed, probably. Hopefully, maybe, sort of. I don't know.
Yeah, imagine you roll like a 50-minute seed for this, and then that one is like a 2.5-hour monster.
That would actually be hilarious, because for those guys,
yeah,
they're just gonna curse the whole time. Be like, Geek, why'd you roll the seed? You rolled the go mode for like every other race. Why this one?
Alright, so VG's not doing the tower. I think that's probably a reasonable decision. You don't have a way to do it quickly. But now, VG has 2 proofs. So, naturally...
Yeah. I will say, you can actually infer a couple things now. I believe you can infer that there is no second proof in TT. I think, maybe? Because of just the single connection hint.
Yes. We know that proof of connection is not in OC, well, by definition, and not in Twilight Town.
Yeah.
Halloween Town's on path to connection. Okay.
So we have Sonic now forcing final, opting to just clear this out, get to easy final leveling spot, or final forcing spot.
Yeah.
Then we'll probably see him do Halloween Town. That is true.
But I suspect that with Sonic actually having forms, he might be able to leverage that a little bit to like make up some time. Because like really the only advantage VG has is he went to Twilight Town, and Sonic will do that probably fairly soon after. Well, he'll do it eventually. He's not going to wait too long to do it.
And I think it would be for sure a mistake. Yeah, having that final definitely means you just want to probably do tower. Like, even though you might not have another form, it's probably worth just doing right away.
Yeah. There's also the benefit of, like leveling your drives to try to like find out if like proof of connection could be on drives for all we know at this point. Could also be in Disney Castle. Like there's a few possibilities at this point. We just don't have enough information to pin it down, and leveling the drives will get you that information while also looking for the proof that is hinted. It's very convenient that the hints we have are for the proof we're missing.
That does help. Yeah, you could just opt to push certain worlds, or at least in this case, you could opt to push Halloween Town, because you can potentially assume that Halloween Town could have it, but if you're proven wrong, then you know exactly where to go after.
Yeah.
Could also just take the VG approach, which is the safe one, which is you have 2 proofs, just do all of the whatever was. VG is kind of comfortable. You have a finishing plus, so you're okay.
Yeah. This could also just be get some points and get your next hint. Like there may be part of that going on. There's a magnet or Roxas.
And so they do have offensive tools. That is at least something. They have a reflect, they have a magnet. That's more than a bunch of other path seeds have had, I will say.
Yeah. Hey, look, reflect.
Okay. Oh,
it's done. It's done. Ooh. There's no more.
I'm like, oh, okay, I'm interested. I'm interested. Now you actually have hard decisions to make, because you can just opt to do the rest of the Wonder Was if you want to, say, push for more info. Again, the Wonder Was is a world you have to always do in these settings, and it's always consistent points. So you can just do it if you're comfortable, or you can blindly try to guess at where you think connections could lead to until you get to a point where you want the info from the world Never Was. There's multiple ways to play at this right now.
So Sonic is doing what we expected. Forced final, then went straight to Twilight Town. I've seen people do like the first bit of Hollow Bastion to get like 1 level on final form and then come here. But if you're only getting to final 4, you probably don't need to do that. I'm just upset that neither of them has done like Burrow yet.
I feel like we might see VG do Burrow soon. Either Burrow or Beast Castle right after this.
Yeah.
Because reasonably he leaves. Yep, there's Burrow. Alright.
Okay.
Right on key, Zach.
Alright. Will VG find third proof before the 30-minute mark?
You got Aerial Spiral too? I missed that. Damn. They just have a lot of nice things so far.
That might have been the ability on Roxas. I remember seeing a good ability and magnet.
Well, we can see for a brief moment if VG finds anything.
Ooh, the Whirligig strats. Let's go. Honestly, that's a really good strat. Magnet Whirligig. Also 27 magic, level 15.
That's a good stat. You like it, especially with Reflera. Mm-hmm. Super nice. Okay, just some pretty rocks yet. Is Nox Smash useful? No. Not in FM.
It is a backup at most.
Yeah, you'll see people if like it's kind of like how people would go into Berserk sometimes, depending on what they have.
Yeah.
They would use Nox Smash, but they would literally just press the button to start it, and then let the limit run out, or the limit timer.
Right. Yeah, in KH2 English, yeah, it was very good. But, yeah, it got nerfed. Alright, so Sonic's about to get this proof here. Wonder if Sonic will do Roxas right away. Continuing into the tower there. I thought he would just leave.
I think it makes sense to continue this up until this, because these checks are kind of free.
Okay, geek.
Okay.
Geek.
So anyway, geek. Thank you all for watching. You know,
A very cool path seed, Geek. It was very interesting. I'm so happy that we got to be able to sit down and puzzle this out together with everyone in chat.
What a fantastic scene. So yeah, so much for that. Now we get to watch two Titans play a Go mode. That's at least interesting. Oh no, Sonic! Oh no,
Sonic's not doing HB.
Oh,
He's following the path hints. You know, the hint system that this whole format was like built around. You know, nah, don't worry about the hints. Just do the shotgun content. It's fine.
Well. So yeah, well, okay, hold on a moment. We can talk about at least interesting things. VG's a final, so he's doing this kind of legit. This kind of hard. Meanwhile, Sonic's playing it safe, but does have final. I think VG's approach though was for sure like the more safe approach to playing the settings where you're trying to get the baby progression points.
Oh yeah, but 100%. I'm not saying that the plays were wrong. I'm upset that the items were placed in those locations.
It's okay. The 1 AM seed will be the horrendous one. It has to be. It has to be.
I don't get to help puzzle that out unless I also just engage with Degen and not sleep.
Slightly hard, by the way.
Yeah, slightly hard, by the way. You gotta do actual work. Sad. He's doing HB? Who? I think he actually just bought them. I don't know.
He likes to slowly move them over, I think, to the shop.
Oh,
actually, shop just got hinted. That's why. It's on path to connections and non-existence. So honestly, that really might push him. So he might just go straight there. Then I think he might potentially be in a better off position, arguably, than VG.
Yeah.
At least having final
still doing this.
Actually, yeah. With that hint info, I'm pretty sure this world is dead now, right?
It's dead. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he is just doing it for the progression points at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait. He actually. He might not have cycled through enough of the icons on the tracker yet, but he did mark off HB, which is incorrect.
Yeah. For those who do not know, it is a sort of new feature for the tracker where you can you right click once, it creates an X mark or the crossed out mark, and then if you right click a second time, it puts a question mark on a world. Used to be a sort of catch-all icon of I want to do this world, I'm confused about this world, stuff like that.
Or I want to mark it and not mark it as no. It's like maybe.
It's like Minesweeper.
Yeah.
If y'all ever play Minesweeper, putting things as a question mark or a flag, it's kind of like that.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully Sonic took that time to think and HB is not crossed off anymore. Also, really good kill from VG. What?
I don't like that he's finishing Halloween Town.
Yeah, I don't.
So, if you go off of what Sonic has on his tracker, you obviously know that the non-existence is the Sword of the Ancestor, or sorry, not Sword of the Ancestor, Battlefields of War.
Mm-hmm.
Proudfang obviously does point to it. Beast Claw could, and membership card, and that's it, right?
Well, it's Skill and Crossbones.
Oh yeah, Skill and Crossbones.
So there are 3. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to limit it down to 1 world by finishing this world, so that he can know where to go. The problem is, if there's a cure here, it actually doesn't disambiguate between Beast Castle and Hall of Ashen. Sonic may also be thinking there's no way Geek rolled a Go mode. Has he seen Geek Seeds?
My seeds don't know what they want. Man, you go from a card qualifier to a moderately hard relegation seed to your first round being a go.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, VG, I don't think just hasn't played this game in a little bit. Just
VG didn't have to know about the hints. He just had to play the rando seed, and it's like, here's 2 reflects, a magnet, 3 proofs, stitch, and have at it. Also, there was a cure in Halloween Town, so my theory came true. You can't disambiguate between Beast Castle and HB. You should have at least gone to Ansem Study in HB before you did this, in my opinion. I don't want to be like too critical about it, but like shotguns are a meme for a reason. He's trying to narrow down which of the visit unlocks he should be.
He's leaving.
On.
Okay, thank God he's leaving. All right, cool.
I think he has enough. He has too many connection hints. And he's just like, okay, it's probably not Beast Castle at this point.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I wonder if there's a world where Sonic can make this comeback. He is going to be like already 3 fights behind by the time he gets this proof.
Yeah, Herdez. The hint in HD doesn't matter because the hint on creations actually points you to proofs. Is there a world Sonic catches up with the form advantage?
It depends. Like, his stats are looking pretty good. 29, 31. He might be able to make that up on the way to Zigbar for magic. But for strength, I don't know.
Yeah. Sonic does have a Thunder that VG does not have. That might help with some of the engine core fights.
Oh, I just realized. VG has a finishing plus, Sonic does not. I don't think Sonic has one yet. Because the finishing plus came from Piglet's house.
Sure did.
And as we can see, Sonic has actually just not gone there at all. He probably won't go there after this, unless he really wants to find that finishing plus. But Sonic's kind of okay without it, I would say.
Yeah. Stay prepared to find something else to figure out HB or BC. But turns out, the cure doesn't eliminate that. HB and BC are still viable from that hint. If there's a possibility it was HB, I think you need to do the shotgun before you do the second visit content. Because you can get a point from Bailey. Okay, he's going to level.
Okay, this is risky.
Yeah.
Like, he literally has to get above the floor within, like, a minute.
Yeah.
Or he just, like, he basically loses, I think.
Yeah. HB gives you 3 points if you go up to corridors, and you check all the easy checks. Like Halloween Town, you do Prison Keeper and Oogie, that's 4, and then Lock, Shock, Barrel's 1, and the mini game is 1. And Sonic, did Sonic even do the mini game?
Yes, he did. So the mini game before before Experiment is 1 point, which he did do.
Okay, so he did the easier points before Experiment. Yeah, okay.
Well, I hope Tron stays alive. Somehow Tron's alive. I feel like he would have died by now, if I'm being completely honest.
It's okay. He'll die soon. Also, Sonic, don't die, please.
I think if you're Sonic, you kind of want your... I feel like you would have maybe wanted to try your hand at Final Form. Maybe.
Yeah, if you're not experience boosting... I mean, he has Kiraga. He can revive his party members whenever he wants.
No, you're absolutely right. God, this is so spooky.
It's very spooky.
Okay.
Oh no!
I do have like GG's just off of that alone.
Oh, that's so sad, dude.
Oh no! And
like, I feel the pain. I feel the pain of like the stats are so close, and you're like, if I just pull out a little bit more experience, I can make this work. And then you just get sniped.
slightly hard, by the way.
Well, it has nothing to do with him dying to strings.
I know. This is just this whole scene. Alright, well, does VG find anything useful? I respect that he's opening all these chests for, ooh, unfortunate.
Oh, man.
I think it's the safe approach to open all these chests, see if you get, like,
Yes.
a ground finisher. You are missing just any good offensive tool, aside from Raflera, and even then, you're at level 1.
Yeah. Luckily, both the gap closers were pretty early. Pretty sure they both have slide dash flashed up.
You,
Oh,
okay,
look,
the good luck
explosion.
chest. The good luck chest.
Okay. All right. VG should be very well off at this point. Naturally,
Yeah.
there's more that he would want, but like, if you're in a go mode situation, this is as reasonable as you can expect. Raflera, a magnet, some stitch for protection, an explosion, finishing plus, gap closer. Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty okay. Obviously, you want the better stats, but aside from that, you basically have everything you want.
Yeah.
Okay, Sonic's finally done, but I think the damage is already done.
Yeah. It's not the greatest situation, but
Hey, can't
So
believe this is gonna be a sub-hour scene.
really, it came down to Sonic pushing into Beast Castle and Halloween Town, and VG just not doing that.
I
Like,
think if Sonic just didn't do Halloween Town, there was a chance he could be
Yeah.
okay.
Right, yeah.
Man, do your shotguns, do your burrow all the time, every time. Oh, he's checking.
Okay.
Okay. So this isn't gonna. He's not gonna win. I don't think he's gonna win still, but
Right.
he'll at least be like better off.
Yeah, I think this is like, I don't have everything I would feel comfortable doing World Never Was with, so I'm just going to check the free stuff before I do it. I think it's definitely the better choice. If you're not feeling comfortable doing the fights, go look for some extra stuff. You're not going to win a race by dying to Roxas 17 times. Okay, Aerial Spiral is actually not on Roxas, but... Alright, VG's through Xemnas 1, making use of the auto limit.
Man, Sonic just has all of the whatever was too. Oh, I don't think this is happening at all. Like, I think maybe by the time Sonic beats Luxord, maybe end of Psyx is when VG might finish potentially.
It depends on if VG gets clipped by anything, because no second chance and being low level, you will get sniped. And, like, you don't have a lot of crowd control, so, like, I'm not saying VG will mess up, I'm saying it's going to be probably a little bit slower than normal, because he's probably going to be a little bit more careful. Also, he just died, so he probably needs to do a menu.
He has to restart from here now, though.
I thought maybe he wanted to redo his menu, but I guess that was...
Oh no, Sonic, no!
Yeah.
It's spiraling.
Oh,
It's spiraling.
man.
Oh no. One of the weird quirks of Final Fights is if you in this first opening room and the second room with the building right to the building RC to like jump to the engines, if you die, you always get sent back to top of the board never was. It's very strange. It's like that, but it makes sense.
I mean, you don't have actual like menu control at any point in here. Like, there's no autosave until you actually like hit this scene up here. Like, it feels like there should be one when you go from the building room to the building room, but there just isn't.
Ooh, that Ragnarok is not doing a lot of damage. That's so sad looking.
Even 36 magic doesn't do a lot because Roxas has a high magic resistance.
Sonic is opting to take the safer approach here by just using physical combos to go to a guard loop. Oh, never mind. This works.
He's leveraging that 9 drive. Alright. Ended up making the second try work. Oh, it was a high jump.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as he opens the chest and realizes it's dead, I think he just stops opening chests, maybe?
I would guess so, yeah. Unless he's like really looking for that ground finisher like VG was. But he might suspect he's behind because he's done a lot of content. Oh no, he's still thinking stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I don't actually know what like mindset you can really be in, because if the proof is that early from what is it, just a Bailey fight, and these other 2 proofs are just super early, it's like you kind of have to assume your opponent has done the same thing at this level.
Yeah, like there might be a little bit of like hope in your mind of like, okay, well, one is after station fight, I forced final, so maybe VG didn't do that, or maybe they didn't auto limit Bailey or something, and they didn't get that proof. But I think you can't assume that. I think you can entertain that thought for a little bit, but then you kind of have to move anyway.
Oh, I just realized VG stats. He's actually above the floor technically for Magic now.
Yeah.
Just
not where you want it to be, but yeah, barely. That Berserker is really okay, Berserker's dead. Now we just gotta be careful of the assassins. When you need 2 explosions to kill an enemy, that's so sad.
It's rough out here.
I think VG's through the hard part now. Not a lot of crowd control left.
Yeah, thankfully, because you do have that slide dash or flash step. I forget which one it is. An explosion. Oh, yeah. The rest of these fights are just super easy. Obviously,
they have both. So.
Yeah. The having just good tools is definitely all you need.
Yeah. Also, 39 magic now.
I did not notice that. That's well, you're actually pretty comfy now. I think about it. Magic stat does indeed carry for this game. You kind of can live without a magic or a strength stat for like 90% of content.
Yeah, well, VG doesn't have offensive magic other than reflect. So the explosion and the reflera are his main damage sources, which is good enough because that's what you want to have for a lot of damage on these final fights. Is reflect and an explosion.
Ooh, Sonic being a little too cheeky and just added too much RV, I believe. So now has to sort of figure some strats out on the fly.
He's trying to keep him staggered enough.
What? Oh god, this is so close.
Oh boy. Oh.
Oh no!
I'll get DM anyway. Man, he tried so hard. Almost had it too.
There was a world, I think, where he could have maybe finaled. He did have enough drive. Oh no, he has no glide.
Yeah, only glide level 1.
So you're kind of fine. You're gonna pause spam here. Oh no, he doesn't pause. Man. Yeah, I would have maybe tried to do that just to like see where he's gonna go, because there was always a chance he was gonna walk. But yeah. Oh man,
I think this might be a little bit of tilt. Like Sonic died on leveling, and then he died there, so like this might just be a little bit of tilt making its face known. Especially when you're not really expecting to find all your proofs so early, and you did Halloween Town 2, and then you find out the last proof is on Bailey. So like a lot of those factors can kind of pile up, and and if you don't take a breath and like just calm yourself a little bit, that you can kind of just fall into this trap of feeling really upset about every single mistake you make.
Yeah, I think also that for sure, definitely, I think the minute fight or the the SP death might have
yeah,
definitely hurt a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, Rando be Rando. At least it's a long form tournament, and GG's to VG for go moding the hell out of this quote unquote slightly hard path seed, right?
49-38 real time.
God, that's a seed. Slightly hard, by the way.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna put this into perspective for chat.
Oh God.
The fastest crit any percent in race time is held by Ninten at 40.58. And then there's a 42 real time, a 42.23, 42.39. But that gets you in the range, right? So this is like one of the fastest seeds ever done.
It's pretty fast. You almost had everything you had, and you got the stats you wanted at the end. So,
you want to know something else that's funny? This isn't even VG's fastest race. VG's had a 46.24.
Oh yeah. Oh, what
oh wait, that was real time. Never mind. No. Yeah. 46.24 real time. Yeah.
Yeah, which means he's done even faster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a seed to have to start today off for 2 races. For we now have confirmed our first semis match, which will be BD versus VG. So that'll happen some points in the coming week. We'll see how these guys are feeling. But coming up later tonight, we have Ragnoth versus Double Dewey at what is it? 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern. So 1 a.m. Eastern. It's quite a while from now. So if you are available to watch that, I would recommend coming back. Otherwise, you can always catch the VOD. That's always a good time.
Yeah.
But go modes, yeah. Now, granted, that was a tough seed. That was kind of a tough seed until like the very end where you got your good magic set. But playing it, playing these seeds is super tough. That Zigvar fight from VG was yeah. He had to kind of like improvise a strat. We didn't really talk about it during it, but right. What VG did is pretty tricky to do going for a late room transition.
Mm-hmm.
But, good times. Good times. Short. What a short scene.